afternoon. My name is Ahmed Rehab, A-H-M-E-D, R-E-H-A-B. I'm the Executive Director of the Council on American Islamic Relations. We tend to wait until after tragedies have ended and have become history, begin to study the history and marvel at how ghastly and how intense and how terrible the murders were. It wasn't until after World War II had ended that we fully understood the calamity, the human rights calamity and the war crimes that were committed against civilians. It wasn't until after Bosnia had ended that we began to understand Srebrenica and the mass graves and the mass executions of all males of that city. It wasn't until after Rwanda had ended that we began to understand how terrible that crisis was and that we could have done something about it. Here we're living through a crisis and it is playing out as we speak. It is not fully history yet. We are living history and making history, and we have an opportunity to change the course of history if we decide to act together. We know what is at stake. Human lives, innocent human lives. This isn't about politics. This is about saving children, saving women, saving the elderly, saving villagers and townspeople from a certain death. We study Anne Frank in elementary school, in high school. It is part of our education. The story of Anne Frank is. It is part of our consciousness. Not because she was an amazing writer, which she was, able to capture certain emotions in her memoirs, which she was able to do. It's not just about her as a person, but what she represented. What she represented in terms of this raw human emotion of knowing that a certain soldier, a certain battalion is going to knock on these doors, and then she and her family will be pulled out and to a certain death. And writing about the apprehension as such, and the hope still in the goodness of humanity. But this story is meaningless if it is studied just as a historical anecdote and not a reality that is being repeated and can be repeated. It is meaningless if we don't learn from it and prevent the next Anne Frank from going to her death. Today in Aleppo, there are many Anne Franks, and they are on Facebook, and they are posting their final messages, still filled with hope, asking the world, save us, do something before it is too late. Some have already died, have been pulled out and raped and then killed. Some are still living and hoping for salvation. Let us save the Anne Franks of today. Let us not repeat history. Never again means never again, not time and time again. This gathering is what this call is all about. And there's still an opportunity. Our voices will remain, even if they are solitary voices, to remind the world and our elected officials who have the greatest ability to change the course of history. Time will judge you. History will judge you. Thank you very much.